Good afternoon. We're at my local disc golf course here, Shaver. You've seen it many times on if you've been watching the other videos. Sorry I'm a little bit itchy. Something bit me, but anyways. So I'm doing What's in the Bag challenge, or yeah, I guess it's a challenge from the squad, Dynamic Disc squad. So let's get into it. Starting with the most important, and then going to my least used. First most used that a lot of people actually tend to use in this area is Lucid Trespass. This is the Dymax American flag thing. And this is speed 12, glide of 5, turn 0.05, negative 0.05, and a fade of 3. What can I say about this? This thing can shot shape pretty much any way that you like. I am primarily a forehand, so if I want this thing to hyzer, it can hyzer. If I want it to go anhyzer, it can anhyzer. If I wanted to do a flex, it can flex. If I wanted to do an S, it can sometimes do an S, but my arm speed is not fast enough. Before I go any farther, I'd like to mention that I'm not a professional. However, I'm not some super new beginner, even though I have kind of joined disc golf very, very recently. I've been studying a lot, watching a lot of Scott Stokely's tutorials, a lot of dynamic discs, people's tutorials on backhands and things. I'm just not as comfortable with backhand as I am with my forehand, so that's why I'm primarily forehand. While we get to the next one, this is the Dynamic Discs Felon, also in Lucid, also the Dymax American flag thing. And let me tell you, this thing is spot on. If I tell it to go somewhere, it's going to go that way. And it will land exactly where I'm expecting it to land, sometimes even better so than what I'm expecting. And absolutely cannot live without this Felon. Next one we're going to go to is the Lucid Escape. The Lucid Escape. I call this thing my chainsaw. It literally, if it goes through a small tree branches, it's going to take out the whole tree branch. It is super fast, super accurate, very, very, very stable. If you're going to point it in a direction, it's going to go in that direction. I will mention this, that my arm speed was probably about medium fast. I don't have much concern for distance because I always play in the forest. So a lot of your holes are going to be within reaching distance pretty easily. When I do not play in the forest, I'm using some of my later discs. But I'm primarily in the forest. So the next one we're going to go over is the Evader Lucid Air. Since I'm always in the forest, I'm not dealing with a lot of wind, so these Lucid Airs, very good, very fast. Lots of spin on these guys, pretty stable. You can do almost as many tricks as the Trespass can. This is my Lucid Air Escape. The Lucid Air again. Not a whole lot of wind in here. You hear it rustling around, but you're not dealing with it. You're not fighting it off. Pretty darn stable. My other Escape, the Lucid Escape, is for if I have a lot of trees in my way. The Lucid Air is if I have a pretty good window to hit, pretty wide window to hit, and I can usually hit it with this. So it does the same thing as the Lucid pretty much. This goes a little bit farther. These guys are actually, this Captain is one of the very first ones I ever purchased. The first one I ever got was a Prime Burst Trespass. And I loved it so much I moved to Lucid because I wanted one that could take a little bit of damage. Flies really, really well. Of course, it's super beat in. So it flies very differently from this Captain, which is the Lucid Captain, and it shot shapes like crazy. For a forehand specific user, I find that the captains tend to do very good in overcorrecting things. So if I need to overcorrect or shot shape around and kind of fade off to the left there at the end, the captain's what I'm going to go with every single time. My go-to putter is always going to be the Mac Judge in the soft plastic. This thing grabs on and chains, doesn't let go. It is very, very, very good. And now we come to the last most important one in my whole bag. And the reason why it's the most important one is because it's the only one I throw backhand all the time. Because it's so comfortable to throw it backhand. I've never even thrown this forehand, to be honest with you. But the backhand on this thing is just amazing. I love Bounty. Absolutely love Bounty. It's going to do exactly what you're wanting it to do every single time, even if your arm speed is not very fast. I love it so much that I even branded it on the back, put my Bounty Hunter on the back. It's kind of worn away now, but my Bounty Hunter seeks out the chains every single time. The very, very last one on the list is one that has not flown yet, and I don't know if it ever will because it's a trophy disc for me. It is a Suspect. However, this is the Dymax discs that you can get on Dynamic, and I did that design myself. It's King Cow. He's up here. I don't know if you can really see him. His camera is kind of junk, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Thanks for watching.